to please react. All right, so give me a reaction. Give me a reaction. If you can hear me, give me a reaction. All right, it could be a thumbs up, it could be anything at all. All right, so if you can hear me, just give me a reaction like this so I know that you can hear me. Okay, thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Priyan. Thank you, Wale. All right, we're about to have a very interactive session today, a very amazing session today. But before we officially begin, I want us to drop our names and where you are joining me from. All right. I want you to drop your name and where you're joining me from in the chat. I am looking in the chat. All right. So just drop your name and where you are joining me from in the chat. Okay. Now, this is important. It is very important because, like I mentioned, we're about to have a very interactive session, and I have amazing things for us today. Okay, I have very amazing things for us today. So we have to make it interactive as possible. All right, so just drop your name and where you're joining me from. Okay, so I see Priyank from Canada. Hi, Priyank. Wale from Manchester, Ahmed from Germany, Miriam from US, Armstrong from UK. Okay, do we have any other person that just wants to quickly drop their names and where they are joining us from? Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, this is about to be a very interactive session. We're talking about something very important, okay? Still interesting, but important. Intro Tech 101. All right, so if you're on this call and you've been wondering, what part of tech do I belong in? I mean, there are a lot of tech parts. Every day you hear people come up with new names, new titles. Today you hear something like technical assistant. Tomorrow you hear something like cybersecurity analyst, and you're wondering, where exactly do I fit in all of this? In the grand scheme of things, where exactly can I belong to? We're here to break all of that down today. So it's going to be a very interactive session. Let me just see the chat. Okay, I see Harrisburg. I see Sam from USA. Maka from Ohio, Praise from UK. All right. Lovely to meet every single one of us on this call. Now, I also have another important question to ask. If this is your very first time, I mean, very first time in any of our sessions, you've never been in any of our sessions before, this is your very first time, I want you to drop a one for me in the chat. All right. If this is your very first time I'm talking, you've never been in any of our sessions before, you've never joined any webinar, any live class, any tech series, just drop a one for me in the chat. Remember that I said I have a lot of goodies for us on the call today. Okay, so this is important. All right. I see Mariama one, Atanda one. Welcome iPhone, welcome Praise, welcome Daniel, Armstrong, Samuel, Wale. We have a lot of newcomers. That's amazing. All right, so welcome. Take the front seat for me, okay? Take the front seat for me. Like I mentioned today, I have a lot of goodies for you. So you want to stick to the end of the session today so you do not miss out on every single beautiful thing that I have for you. All right. Welcome, Nagrenda. So let's get into today. Let's get right in. Okay, so my colleagues in the chat are going to be sharing an attendance form. Now, it is important that you fill it so you do not miss out on the recording of this session. This session is recorded. All right, so you have an opportunity to replay the session even after the session is over. Okay, so you want to click on the link that is being shared and you want to fill the attendance form so that after today, you can always replay it and still get the value from the session. Now, why are we here today? Why are a lot of us here today? Why did you join this session today? Now, for some of us on this call, we want to get into tech, but we just don't know exactly the career path to go into. We don't know where we fit in. We're tired of putting our legs in different places and, figuring it out. We don't know exactly what it is that we are good at. All right. For some of us on this call, you heard that tech pays. You hear people say, oh, I made $300,000 from this job and it's a tech role, and you want to make that kind of money, but you don't know where to start. You're unsure of where to start, where to begin. Okay, now for some of us, you want to switch careers, but you need clarity on the right career path for you. You want to leave that stressful job, you want to leave that shift work, you want to leave that strenuous job, but you also want to be very sure that tech is the right path for you. You want to be very sure that you're getting into something that would not waste your time. or your effort or your energy. All right. And for some of us on this call, you've tried learning tech before. You got into tech in 2020. You stopped by the second month. You got into tech in 2024. You stopped by the second month, and you want to be able to see to the end. You actually want to make that transition. You don't just want to get into something and leave it halfway. All right. That is why some of us are on the call today. And today I am here to help you break all of this down. All right. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you see the path that fits you, irregardless of the background that you're coming from. I'm here to tell you and show you that tech pays. I'm here to hold your hand so you can see the right career path to get into, even after you're making that switch. All right. So we're going to be talking about a lot today. All right. I'm going to show you how you are able to find your tech personality. What I always like to tell people is when you're getting into tech, there is something for everybody. Okay. There is something for every single person on the call. There's something for you. There's something for me. There's something for every single one of us on the call. All right. So I'm going to teach you how you can find your tech personality. How do you find the tech role that matches who you are? All right. That it wouldn't just feel like another stressful job, but it would be something that you like and something that you want to actually get into. Okay. I'm also going to show you how you can position yourself for success. Now, when you've identified it, you don't just want to learn that skill. The important thing is that you are able to land a job. Okay, that is the reason why you're even trying to transition in the first place. Even after you've learned that skill, you found that personality, you want to be able to use it to land a job and change your status. All right. So I'm going to teach you how to position yourself for success. How do you find these jobs? Where do you apply for these jobs? Okay. Then we're going to have a Q&A session where you're able to get career guidance, you're able to talk to me, and you're able to get, full on understanding of the career path that fits you. Okay, like I mentioned, this is going to be a very interactive session. So we're going to be having a very good time. Okay, it's never going to feel like a webinar. Okay, it's going to feel like a pure conversation. All right, so you want to stay to the end of this. Now, who are we at Analytics? Why are we here? What exactly are we talking about? Why are we even qualified to speak with you today? Now, Analytics is located in Alberta, Canada, and also in London, United Kingdom. Now, we are a leading edtech company, and we are focused on helping people land and transition into high-paying tech jobs. All right. So that's basically why we exist. All right. That's why we do what we do. We are a edtech company. We train people, but our focus here is not just to train you, but to also make sure that you are able to transition into a high-paying tech job. All right, fully remote, visa-sponsored, high-paying tech job. All right, you're able to make that transition. I like to say that, transitioning into tech is not complete till you found a job. All right, till you have a job, then you've not transitioned. And that is why we exist. All right, we make sure that you're able to land that job. Now, we've been in this business for over 5 years, and we've been able to help people, over 4,000 people transition, even people without prior experience. So if you're on this call today, you don't have any experience about tech. You don't even know what tech in itself means. You probably don't even know how to use a computer. All right. We've helped people be able to transition and land jobs. All right. Now we have over 182 full-time employees and over 300 industry experts. Now, what this means is we have seasoned experts, seasoned facilitators, seasoned trainers that bring real world experts. All right. They bring real world understanding, real world knowledge into the classroom, and you are able to get full understanding of whatever career path you're learning. Okay. Now, I've been able to help people transition into data analytics, health tech, business analysis, data engineering, data science, and a host of other courses. All right. So you are in the right path. All right. You're already on your way to figuring out where you want to be in tech. All right. Now, who is this person that has been speaking with you for 9 minutes now? My name is Esther. All right. And Esther's experience spans across career coaching and product design. All right. So I have been able to support aspiring professionals in navigating their transition into tech. And I've also been able to help people build sustainable careers. Now, through coaching and mentorship, I've been able to guide over 1,000 individuals into identifying the career paths that fit them. Now, that is why I'm here today. I'm here to also help you on the call today. I'm here to help you on the call today identify your own career path. All right. I've also been able to help people develop job ready skills. I've been able to help them build strong portfolios, position themselves in a competitive way in the tech industry. All right. I work as an innovation and growth catalyst in analytics. I'm also a growth specialist and I'm an expert in product design and user experience. Now, I've been able to work across multiple sectors, the ed tech, finance, logistics, FMCG, and health tech. All right. And my mission here today is to help you identify where you fit in tech. Now, tech is broad. Okay. Tech in itself is broad. But there are a lot of misconceptions that surround tech. There are a lot of things that are not really true, but people decide to run with it. And that is the concept that they have about tech. Okay. So for some of us, we believe that you must know how to code to get into tech. But the truth is this: you don't need to know how to code to transition into tech. There are non-coding tech careers that you can transition into, and you would not need to write one single line of code. All right. So the first myth that we're going to debunk today is you must know how to code. You don't need to know how to code. So if you're on this call today and you know that you don't want to do anything about code, you want to get into tech, you want to make big money in tech, but you don't want to hear anything about coding, I am here to tell you today that you can get into tech without coding. All right. You can get into tech without coding. Now, another misconception people say is you must be good at math. Now, you don't have to be good at math to get into tech. All right. Not every tech career requires you to be a mathematician. Just the same way, not every tech career requires you to code. All right. There are tech careers for creatives. There are tech careers for lawyers. There are tech careers for a lot of people that don't even use math. So we need to also take that out of our mind that you must be good at math. No, if you don't like numbers, if you don't like stress, like me, I really don't like math at all. Okay, so if you don't like math, if you don't like numbers, then there's a tech career path for you. Okay. Now, another misconception is tech is only for young people. Now, that is not true. That is not true. Okay. Now, I have seen people. There's a person that took a tech course here at Analytics. Okay, and he was about 60 years and was able to land a job. Now, a 60-year-old person is not technically young. I mean, you're young at heart, but you're not really young. Okay. So the misconception that tech is only for young people, we need to remove that from our mind. You can be 50, you can be 60, you can be 40, you can be 45, you can be 30, and you can get into tech. All right. So tech is not just for young people. Tech is not just for those in their 20s or their 25, 30. No, tech is also for people that are beyond that age. All right. So if you're old on this call and then you're looking for sort of like a retirement plan, right, you can get into tech. Okay. Another misconception is that you need a computer science degree. Now, that's a lie. Okay. So what's the cause of this conversation today? I'm going to be showing you people that did not even have any tech background and they were able to transition. Okay, so you don't need to have a computer science degree to land a role in tech. Let me use myself for an example. All right, what I studied in school has nothing to do with tech, but I am a product designer and I've been able to work across multiple sectors. All right, I don't have a computer science degree, but I work in tech. So you don't need a computer science degree to be able to land that tech role. Tech is simply about solving problems. That's the truth. Tech in itself is simply about solving problems, making the lives of organizations easy, making the lives of organizations better. That is what tech is for, and that is what tech is about. All right. So if you're on the call today and you've been flowing with me, what I've been saying is not gibberish at all. I want you to send your best emoji. All right. Just send your best emoji in the chat. It could be a love emoji, it could be a thumbs up emoji. Just so that I know that there are people on the call that are still listening to me, that are still flowing with me, and that still resonate with what I'm saying. So if you're still listening to me thus far, just give me an emoji. Send an emoji for me on the chat so I can see. I'm in the chat now. So you can just send an emoji for me in the chat so I can see people that are still flowing with me. All right. Mariama, Abe, okay. Priyank, lovely, lovely. So I can see still people that are flowing with me. Ronke, praise, lovely, 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 lovely. Lovely. It's like I'm going to give the most interactive person on this call today. I'm going to give you an extra something today. All right. So Ungazi, Armstrong, Abraham, lovely. So I can see a lot of people are still playing with me. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's help you find your tech personality. Okay, let's help you find your tech personality. Ungazi, Armstrong, Atanda, let me see, Abraham, Praise, Ronke, Priyank, Abe. Let's help you find your tech personality. Okay, this is not going to be anything complicated. I'm just going to ask questions, and if this resonates with you, you're going to do something for me in the chat. Okay, so we have multiple personalities. All right, we have about 6 personalities. So we have the creative thinkers, we have organized planners, we have analytical problem solvers, we have systems and security mind, we have the risk and rules mind, and we have healthcare professionals in tech. So these are the 6 personalities I would be speaking about today. Okay, I'm going to be talking about all of these personalities, who they are, what they do, and who fits into them. Okay, and then you'll be able to figure out the path that you fit into as well. So let's start with the creative thinker. Now, if you're on this call and you enjoy visuals, right? You enjoy watching TV, you enjoy looking at, some of us, we like to scroll Instagram, TikTok, um, X, you like to look at things, or you're someone on this call, you notice bad designs. When you look at something, you'll be like, this is not cute. This is very terrible. The person that designed this needs to do better. You have an eye for aesthetics. You're on this call, you enjoy aesthetics. You probably like paintings, you like drawing, or you are someone on this call, you like storytelling. All right. You like storytelling. You can listen to someone tell story for what, an hour. Or you yourself, you like to write stories. You like to tell stories. If you're on this call, you're also someone that you enjoy creativity, but you love solving problems. Then you are a creative thinker. All right. So if you're on this call, you enjoy visuals, you have an eye for bad designs. When you open your app or you open one thing, you look at it and you say, no, this is not cute. This can be better. Or you like aesthetics. Some of us on this call, we like to match colors in our head. We know that green and blue probably go together, or you like to do beige and brown. You're just someone that you like colors, you like matching things, you like to tell stories. You are also a very creative person. You know that you're a very creative person, then you are a creative thinker. Okay. Now, who fits into this? If you're someone that you like graphics design, or you are already a graphics designer, you help people design flyers, design logos, or you're a content creator, all right? You sing, you dance online, you do spend a day with me content, get ready with me content, all of that, all right? Or you're an artist, you like to paint, you like to draw, you're a social media manager, you're a fashion creative, then you fall under the bracket of a creative thinker. All right. Now, what are the soft skills that you have? So, if you're someone that you are creative, creativity is your best suit. Okay. You easily think of ideas, right? Or you are someone that you have empathy, right? When you look at someone, you feel empathy, right? You feel bad for people easily. Okay, you resonate with people's pains, their problems. You always want to be that person that is able to solve people's problems, and you know how to communicate, and you're a storyteller, then you fit under the creative thinker personality. Now, what career path would a creative thinker get into? The best career path for a creative thinker is product design. All right. Now, who are product designers? They are people who make apps, look beautiful. They make it look easy to use and enjoyable to use. Now, let me explain this a bit further. So, say for example, your applications. Let's use WhatsApp for example. Somebody designed WhatsApp. All right. And when the person was designing WhatsApp, the person did it up in a way that it is very functional for everybody to use. All right. The search icon is there. The archive icon is there. The status icon is there. So the product designers are people that design screens. Okay. They design applications. They make them look very beautiful. They make them look very attractive. But at the same time, they make it easy to use and enjoyable to use. Now, if you are a very creative person, you would enjoy product design very well because it allows you to be able to use things like colors. It allows you to be able to use things like typography. It allows you to be able to, pull shapes together. If you are looking to get into a career path that does not stress you at all, that allows you to be creative in its best form, then you want to get into product design. All right. You want to get into product design. Now, let's see the things you would learn as a product designer. Hi, Oyebola. I can see that your hands are up. Okay, so you can help me drop a question in the chat at the moment. Okay, so that I'll be able to take it when I am, done explaining. All right. So what are the things you'll be learning as a product designer? So you'll be learning things like introduction to product and UX design. You'll be learning things like, understanding design process. You'll be learning how to build and present a design portfolio, interactive prototyping in Figma, UI design and principles. You'll learn colors, typography, layout, wireframing, all of this. All right. So in the grand scheme of things, if you are someone on this call, you are a creative person. You have been thinking about what exactly can you use your creativity for in tech. This is it. Product design is it. So if this sounds like you, I want you to drop creative thinker for me in the chat. All right. If this sounds like you, this sounds like, your person. If you feel like you fall under the personality of a creative thinker, I want you to drop creative thinker for me in the chat. So if you're a creative person, you are someone that likes to play with colors, you're an artist, or you're someone that also likes to design things, you're a fashionista, you like aesthetics, drop creative thinker for me in the chat. So I'm looking in the chat to see if we have any creative thinker. Okay, so Casey says creative thinker. So I'm going to assume that only Casey falls on that creative thinker on our call. All right. Okay, Michael says, I want to be a creative thinker. Love it, love it, love it. So you see, we're already figuring out where exactly we fit into. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the next part. We are going to be going into the next personality. All right. Now the next personality is the organized planner. So if you're someone on this call, you're naturally organized. You like making sure that everything is put in its right place. Nothing is out of place. Everything is put together. Say, for example, your friend is doing a birthday party. It's you that they will call. It's you that they will run to because they trust you to deliver in time. If you're that person on this call, you're an organized planner. If you are someone that people rely on you to coordinate things, your friends know that if they come and meet you to sort of put that hangout together, you will be the one to deliver on it. Then you are an organized planner. If you enjoy structure, you like things put in place, you like things following due process, you like things working out the right way that it should, then you're an organized planner. If you are naturally good at communicating, you know how to communicate. If we let you talk, you can talk to us for 5 hours, then you fall under organized planners. If you like to manage people and tasks, you're a natural born leader. You like to manage people. You like to make sure that people are doing their job. You like to be in leadership positions. Then you are an organized planner. All right. Now I'm going to add one other thing that's not on my slide. If you are an extrovert by nature, you are an outsider. You don't like to be inside. You like to talk to people. You like to speak with people. You like to have conversations. You like to be outside, then you're an organized planner. All right. Now, who fits into this personality? We have admin professional. So if you've worked as an admin professional before, then you fit into this. If you've worked as a customer service rep before, you've helped people with their problems, you've spoken to people about situations. If you are a teacher, it means that you communicate a lot with your students, you explain things, you're already in a leadership position. Then you are an organized planner. All right. So if you also worked as an operations staff before, or a virtual assistant, you are an organized planner. Okay? So this is you. Now, what are the soft skills? Communication, coordination, leadership, and problem solving. Okay? So you are naturally you like to coordinate things. Okay, you are a, you once things are going left, you are the first person to call everybody back to order to say this is not the way it should be done. This is not the way it should be. All right. And you like to communicate. You have a leadership personality, and you also like to solve problems. Then you are an organized planner. Now, we've spoken about who an organized planner is. What is the best tech path for you? Now, two tech paths are here: business analysis or agile project management. Okay, business analysis or agile project management. Now, let me explain what a business analyst does and what a project manager does. So, as a business analyst, what you basically do is you help optimize processes in a business. And as a project manager, you act as a coach for different teams on projects. All right, that is basically what you do. So let's take business analyst first. Like I mentioned, as a business analyst, you optimize processes. So let me give you an example. Say, for example, it takes an let's use the healthcare sector, for example. It takes a patient 1 hour to meet with a doctor. Now, 1 hour is a long time. It's a long time for a patient to speak with the doctor. So, as the business analyst, you come into that setting and you say, okay, you know what? This wait time is too long. We can do better for it, right? We can make it better. So, what do? You reach out to the organization, you speak to them, you say, okay, let's optimize this process, let's make this process better. So you are able to take that wait time from 1 hour to 15 minutes. Now you've been able to help the organization move smoothly and more efficiently. Okay, so if you're someone that, like I mentioned, you like to communicate, you like to help businesses, you want to be someone that is able to help businesses, all right, then you want to get into business analysis. Now, I like to tell people that as a business analyst, you are a 3-in-1. All right. So if you can see what I'm showing on my screen, you would see Excel, Power BI, and SQL. These are data analyst tools. All right. You will see process mapping, project initiation, Agile and Scrum, and software development life cycles. Now, these are project management tools. And then you do things like requirement fundamentals, elicitation, stakeholder analysis, and AI for business analysis. Now, these are business analyst core. Now, why do I say you're a 3-in-1? You are able to apply for some data analyst for project able to apply. You also you like to help businesses. They like to make businesses more efficient. You like to make businesses more efficient, and you like to help businesses. I want to drop a BA for me in the chat. All right. So do we have any business analysts? Oh, just drop BA for me in the chat. I see a couple of people drop organized planner. Okay, okay. So do we have anybody, business analyst? If it sounds like okay, Ronke says business analyst, Ngozi, Atanda, BA, Michael, BA. All right, lovely, lovely. Now we've gotten our BA part of it. Okay, now let's get into the project management part of it. All right, so you're an organized planner, all right, and then get into the project. What do you do as a project manager? Very easy, very, very straightforward. Your job is to make sure that everybody does their job. Very simple. All right. Let me give you an example. So, say for example, an organization says, okay, we want to develop an application where people are able to, book for appointments, book appointments before they get into, organization. Now they want this application to be ready in 12 months. They want to spend only $1,000 on this application, and then they want specifications of this application. Now, as the project manager, your job is to make sure that project, they work within that 12-month time frame given. They deliver within that 12-month time frame given. You make sure that they don't exceed that $5,000 budget given, and that every specification of the project is met. That is why I say your job is to make sure that and monitoring every other person's job, making sure that they are delivering month 1, month 2, month 3, everybody's doing what they're supposed to do and delivering in time. Now, what are the things that you're going to be learning? You're going to be learning introduction to project management, methodologies and structure. You're going to be learning, project management skills and communication, agile and scrum, understanding the scrum framework. You learn the end-to-end use of Jira. You learn sprints. All right, how do you break down these time frames into tiny bits and pieces? All right, you'd also be prepared for the PSM application examination. All right, now if this sounds like you, I want you to drop a PM for me in the chat. PM for me in the chat. All right, you are someone that you are naturally a leader. All right, you know how to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to do at the right time. Okay, you want to get into project management. So if this sounds like you, just drop a PM for me in the chat. All right, Adenike says PM. All right, do we have any other project manager on the call? Any other project manager? Abraham says PM. All right, all right, all right. Praise says PM. Remember that all of these career paths are able to give you fully remote jobs. Okay, they're able to give you fully remote jobs. Ronke says, I like PM, but seems like a lot of work. Ronke, to be very honest, it doesn't even, that's why I said it's the easiest to transition into, because it doesn't seem like it looks like a lot of work, but it really isn't. Because your work is just to make sure that every other person is doing their job. Now, if you know how to communicate very well, you know how to make sure that everybody is on their toe, right? You're a natural born leader. You like to make sure that nobody is stepping out of line. Then this is for you. All right. So we've spoken about the organized planners. Now let's get into the analytical problem solvers. Okay. Now, if you're on this call, you enjoy patterns, right? You enjoy. So when we're young, there's this thing we used to do, quantitative reasoning. If you enjoy things like that, you enjoy solving problems. When something is wrong, you're the first person that they will run to say, can you help us with the solution? If you're here, you enjoy numbers and you enjoy logic. It means you like math, you like thinking, you like philosophy, you like to ask a lot of questions, you are very inquisitive, and you like to find insights. You like to dig deep. You are very analytical. You like to dig deep into situations. Then you are an analytical problem solver. All right. You fall under this personality. Now, who fits into this? We have people like accountants or banking professionals, HR personnel, engineers, researchers, and anyone who enjoys logic. Now, if you're also someone that likes, you're an introvert, you like your own space, you don't really like to talk to people, you don't really like to communicate to people, you want to be able to, do your own thing at your own time, you don't want to talk to people, you want your work to do the speaking for you, then you fall under this personality. Now, what are the soft skills? Critical thinking. You know how to think about things, you know how to dig deep till you find a solution. You are naturally a curious person. Some of us, when we're very young, they tell us that you ask a lot of questions. If you're that kind of person, then you fall under this personality. If you pay attention to details, okay, then you also fall under this personality. And then if you're a problem solver, you look at things and you start solving problems instantly, then you fall under this. All right. Now, what are the tech career paths for analytical problem solvers? Now, I'm going to tell you four career paths. Okay. Data analysis, financial analysis, HR analysis, and data science. Now, one thing I want us to understand is as a financial analyst and a HR analyst, you are basically a data analyst. You are just streamlined into the financial sector and HR sector. Okay. So for DAFA you basically help companies make smarter decisions instead of guessing. All right. As a data analyst, as a financial analyst, as an HR analyst, you help companies make smarter decisions instead of guessing using data. All right. As a data scientist, you use past data to predict the future and help organizations. Now, let us break this down so that we're able to figure out where we fit into the team. All right. So the first thing we're going to be speaking about is data analysis. Now, as a data analyst, all right, you are responsible for analyzing and interpreting data. All right. So what you do is you look at past data and then you draw insights from that data. Now, is that insight that you draw that organizations use to make decisions? So let me give an example. So say, for example, an organization wants to understand, how they are able to how they were able to make $1 billion last year. So they give you data. Now, let me just explain what data basically is. So data is basically like records. Okay, so data in different organizations can be many things. It could be name, time, amount, anything, basic records. Now they give you these records and then they want you to help them understand what the record says and help them answer, questions that they cannot answer for themselves. So they want to know how they were able to make $1,000. So you take that data, you analyze it, you draw insights, and you tell them that, okay, this is why we're able to make $1,000 or $10,000. All right, now they are able to see how they were able to make it, and it now helps them inform their next line of action. So they know that, okay, this is what we did, this is why we made it. Now, if we're going to make $2,000 this year, we need to double down on certain things. All right. Now, what would you be learning? You'll be learning problem solving, Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, data storytelling, and AI for analytics. Now, if you're on this call, you are an introvert. You don't want to talk to people at all. You want your job to do the speaking for you. You want to be at home, pressing legs, pressing your keyboards, and sipping wine. You want to get into data analysis. All right. So if this sounds like you, I want you to drop a DA for me in the chat. Drop a DA for me in the chat. All right. So if data analysis sounds like a career path that interests you, drop a DA for me in the chat. All right. I see Mariama, Anastasia, Chidima, Wole, iPhone, Gerald. We have a lot of data analysts on the call. Efia, Unyibuche, lovely, lovely, lovely. We have a lot of data analysts. Okay. All right. Now that we've seen data analysts, let's now talk about financial analysts. So if you're on this call, you've worked in a banking organization before, or you have an accounting background, you've worked with a fintech before, you are basically the finance guy. All right. You want to get into financial analysis. Remember, in the beginning, I mentioned that you want to get into something that fits your personality, all right, or that fits your background, basically. So if you have a background in anything finance related, you want to get into financial analysis. Like I mentioned earlier, as a financial analyst or a data analyst, you're just streamlined towards the financial sector. So what you do is you evaluate financial, data. All right. You evaluate financial data in organizations and you help them provide insights into their financial performance. All right. So let's give an example to it. Say, for example, an organization, they want to buy a shell company or an angel company, and they want to spend $500 million in purchasing this company. Now, as a financial analyst, you take a look at the records, you take a look at the things that they've been able to do for the past 5 years. And then you can see that if they purchase that company, they would not be able to make returns on it till like 10 years. So you're telling them that if you spend $500,000 on this, the return that you would get would not be high. So you're able to give them insights into financial performance and help them with making financial decisions. All right. So if this sounds like you, if you have a financial background, you've worked, you've worked in sort of finances before, you've worked as a accountant, you've worked in the bank, then you want to get into financial analysis, all right? So what are you learning? You're learning problem solving, Power BI, SQL. Now, after you learn the data analysis part, you're now going to learn accounting fundamentals, financial analysis, financial modeling, valuation, and sensitivity and scenario analysis. Then AI for analytics, all right? So if this sounds like you, I want to drop FA for me in the chat. If you have a background in finance, you want to get into something finance related, but within the tech space, drop an FA for me in the chat. So I see Martha says I'm an introvert, but I don't like numbers. Okay. So as a data analyst, you really don't have to use a lot of numbers. All right. So it's not the numbers are not scary as a data analyst. We'll get to the part where you use a lot of numbers, but as a data analyst now, the numbers are not really scary. Okay. They are not overwhelming. Okay. So Adenike said I like numbers, but not an introvert. Even if you're not an introvert, Adenike, you can still get into data analysis since you like numbers. Chinaza says DA without coding. All right. Now you don't really have to code, so you're not going to do a lot, overwhelming lot of coding. All right, simple, minor, very tiny bit of coding. All right, so it's not an overwhelming thing. Okay, so Adenike says, is FA the same as business analysis? No, Adenike, FA is not the same as business analysis because as a financial analyst, you're basically dealing with financial records. But as a business analyst, you are helping businesses become more efficient and effective whilst sort of optimizing processes. All right. So they're not really the same, they're very different. Okay. So I see that we don't have any financial analyst on this call. So we don't have any finance guy, we don't have any money guy on the call. All right. That's fine. Now let's speak about the HR analyst. All right. Let's speak about the HR analyst. Now, as a HR analyst, same thing. You are a data analyst, but you just use that data that you drive, the insight that you get to support human resources functions. All right. So you help businesses optimize their HR processes, employee performance, talent managers, hiring processes, and all of that. All right. So if you're on this call and you're already an HR, you already work as an HR, then you want to get into HR analysis. So what do? You do things like problem solving, Excel, Power BI, SQL, and then you get into HR KPIs and performance evaluation, absenteeism, compensation and pay equity, human resources management systems, and AI for analytics. All right. So if you work as an HR manager already, or you're an introvert, or you're looking for something that allows you to be a problem solver, but still talk to people, then you want to get into HR analysis. So if this sounds like you, I want to drop an HRA for me in the chat. All right. If you are an HR personnel, you've worked in HR before, or you're looking to build on the HR background that you have, just drop HRA for me in the chat. Okay. FIA says HRA. Lovely. Lovely. So the next one that we're going to be speaking about is data science. If you are looking for something that has numbers, math, then this is it for you. All right. If you're looking for something that has math, then this is it for you. All right. Now, as a data scientist, what you basically do is you analyze past data and you use it to predict the future. Very simple. You analyze past data and you use it to predict the future. Now, this is where you do things like machine learning, computer vision, you code, right? You code here. You learn Python, you use SQL, Tableau. You also learn exploratory data analysis here. You learn machine learning, you learn computer vision, you learn how to use GitHub and, AI for analytics, all right? You also use statistics here. You learn statistics here. So if you're on this call, you want to be able to predict the future, or you are interested in machine learning, all right? There are some reports that you look at and then they tell you what will happen in 2030, 2040. These are people like they are data scientists. They're able to use past data to predict what would happen in the future. So if you're on this call, you like math a lot and you don't mind to code, then data science is for you. So I want you to drop a GS for me in the chat. If this sounds like you, drop a DS for me in the chat. All right. China says data science is a lot. It might seem like a lot, but here you learn everything from beginning. All right. So if you have interest in it, you'd be able to get it. All right. Abe says DS, Lukman says DS, William says DS. Lovely. Lovely. Now we've spoken about the analytical thinkers. All right. We've spoken about them. Now let's get into systems and security in mind. So if you're on this call, you enjoy patterns. You like solving problems. You also you also like asking questions. You are security conscious. Okay. You are security conscious. You also like finding insights. Then you want to get into systems and security mind personality. All right. You want to get into this. So if you're on this call, you like solving problems, you like numbers, logic, you like to ask a lot of questions, you like finding insights, you are someone that you don't shy away from technical things because everything here is technical. All right. So if you don't shy away from technical things, you like seeing what you built come to life, then you are under the systems and security mind. Okay. Now, who fits into this? Who fits into this career path? So if you have a background at all, as say, you've done anything relating to engineering before, you've worked as an engineer before, you've done anything relating to engineering at all, then you fit into this. Okay. If you like logic, right? You are someone that likes logic, then you fit into this. Miriam says, I like numbers, but not complicated numbers. The truth about systems and security mind is it is a technical career path, all right? Because everything here you would have to code, all right? It requires you to be someone that likes challenges. So if you're someone on this call, you like challenges, you like things that will stretch you, but not stretch you beyond repair, but stretch you enough. Then you want to get into systems and security mind personality. Now, what tech path fits these people? We have three. We have cybersecurity, DevOps, and data engineering. Now, as a cybersecurity analyst, what do? You protect companies, systems, and people from hackers and online threats. All right. As a DevOps engineer, what do? You're all about helping software get built, tested, and launched faster and smoother. And as a data engineer, what do? We've been talking about data. What you do is you build the system that collects, move, and organize data so that companies can use them. Now, let's break them down to individual concepts. As a cybersecurity analyst, all right, your major goal is to protect organizations, their computer systems, the individuals from cyber threats. All right. So if you're on this call, you're security conscious. You're a very security conscious person. You like to make sure that everything is done at the right time. You like to make sure that everybody is safe, companies are safe, they are secured. Then you want to get into cybersecurity because your major work would be to help organizations, protect organizations. All right. I like to say that cybersecurity analysts, they're like MVPs. You are like the police of the cyberspace, basically. So if things like this interest you, you would want to get into cyber security. All right. So what are the things that you're going to be learning? You're going to be learning overview of cybersecurity roles. You're going to be learning SOC roles and responsibilities. You're going to be learning compliance and audit and policy development, security awareness training. All of these things you'll be learning as a cybersecurity analyst here at Analytics. All right. So if this sounds like you, this sounds like something that interests you, I want to drop a CS for me in the chat. If you like to protect organizations, you are someone that is very security conscious, and you want to be able to turn this into a tech world or a tech career path, then you want to get into CS. Ronke says CS, Miriama says CS. Wonderful, wonderful. Now the next one would be DevOps engineering. Now, if you are someone that likes to see what you have built, being used by people, then you want to get into DevOps engineering. Now, as a DevOps engineer, what you basically do is you make sure that things are developed, they are tested, and they are deployed fast, very fast, not fastly, wrong English. They are developed fast and then they are maintained quick. All right. So you're in the middle of a software developer and an IT operations personnel. All right. So you're in the middle of that. So if you're someone that you've been thinking of getting into something like front end engineering, back end engineering, anything that has to do with engineering, you want to build applications, you want to test applications, then you want to get into DevOps engineering. All right. So what are the things you're learning? You're learning things like Linux. You learn how to build pipelines. You learn how to build and manage Docker images. You would learn how to use GitHub workflows. You learn automations and all of this. All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, this is a technical career path. Why do I say it's a technical career path? Because you're going to code. All right. You're going to learn how to code. So if you are someone that you do not shy away from challenges, then you want to get into DevOps engineering. Now, if this sounds like you, I want you to drop a DE for me in the chat. DE for me in the chat. If this sounds like you, if DevOps engineer sounds like you've been looking to get into something that allows you to code, something that allows you to build applications, then DE, DevOps engineering. So I want you to drop DevOps or cloud engineering for me. Abby says DE. Lovely, lovely. Now let's get into the next one, data engineering. All right, now as a data engineer, what you're basically doing is you're responsible for getting data. All right, so you build pipelines that that data is gotten from. All right, now that's your major job. I like to say that you are very important because without you, data scientists, data analysts, um, who else? Business analysts, financial analysts, they wouldn't have data to use. All right, so you are a very important person in the chain. So as a data engineer, what you basically do is you provide the data that these people, this data analysts, business analysts use in the first place. All right, that's what you do as a data and engineer. You these pipelines. All right. So here you're going to be learning things like Python programming, Linux, Apache Spark, cloud engineering. How do you build ETL pipelines, databases, APIs, all of these things. All right. These are the things you learn as a data engineer. Like I mentioned, it is a bit of a technical career path, but it is not impossible because you're going to learn how to code in this. All right. So if this sounds like you, I want you to drop data. Just drop data for me in the chat. All right. I've used DE already. So if data engineer sounds like something that interests you, drop DE for me in the chat. If you're someone that data, I said data, so drop data for me in the chat. If you're someone that you want to build pipelines that data passes, you are very important. All right. People need you to get data. So if this sounds like something that interests you, I want to drop data for me in the chat. So I see that we don't have any data engineer, right? That's fine. We have about two more to talk about. All right, so we have the risk and rules mind. Now, if you're on this call, you naturally notice when something is wrong. When something is wrong or out of place, you instantly can notice and spot it. If you are here, you like structure, rules, and clear processes, or you are a very detail-oriented and careful person. All right, you like to ensure that things are done correctly, things are done properly, there are no mistakes, and you like to prevent problems before they happen. There are some people that when they see that something is about to happen, immediately they find solutions to it. If this sounds like you, then you fall under the risk and rules mind. All right, now who fits into this? If you're a lawyer, you like to argue cases in courts, or you're an auditor, you like to look for loopholes, you like to audit people to make sure that everything is smooth. Or you've ever worked as a compliance officer before, you worked as an admin professional before, you've even worked in the bank, or you worked as a risk officer, then you fall under this personality. Now, what are the soft skills? Documentation. You like to document things, you like to take you like to make sure that everything is documented properly. Attention to details. You pay very good attention to details. You like to communicate and you're a critical thinker. Then you want to get in, then you fall under the risk and rules mind. All right. Now, what is the best tech path for this personality? Governance, risk, and compliance, GRC. All right. Now, what do you do as a GRC personnel, GRC analyst? What you basically do is you help companies stay secure. You help them follow regulations, manage risk, and avoid costly mistakes. All right. You make sure that they are very secure. All right. You make sure that they are following all the necessary rules. If anything goes wrong, you help them manage so it does not scale up to be a bigger problem. And then you help them avoid costly mistakes. Now, if you want to get into something that does not require you to code at all, GRC is it. All right. You can get into GRC. You don't need to write any line of code at all. All right. You are able to just help organizations to, stay secure, to stay organized, follow regulations, be compliant, and avoid mistakes. Now, that is what you do as a GRC analyst. All right. Now, what are the things that you're going to be learning as a GRC analyst? You learn how to become a GRC consultant. You learn information and security and cybersecurity. GRC is actually a subset of cybersecurity, right? It's under cybersecurity, but it's the non-coding part of cybersecurity. All right. You learn databases, you learn supply chain risk management, you learn how to design and select security controls, and a host of other things. All right. So if you are looking to get into something that looks like tech, but you don't have to code, but you're also still referred to as a cybersecurity analyst in a way, then you want to get into GRC. So I want you to drop GRC for me in the chat. If this sounds like you, if you are a lawyer, you are an auditor, you have worked in compliance before, you've worked as a risk officer before, and you are just looking to get into tech, I want you to drop a GRC for me in the chat. Ronke says GRC. Wonderful. Do we have any other person saying GRC? GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. They like to help organizations stay safe, stay secure, manage risk, make sure that they're not making mistakes that will cost them thousands of dollars. Then you want to get into GRC. All right. Now, the last personality we'll be speaking about is healthcare professionals in tech. Now, if you've worked in healthcare before, you have experience in healthcare, or you are someone that you like to improve patient care or hospital systems, or you've seen inefficiencies in the healthcare process and you want to be able to help them make better processes, or you just enjoy combining problem solving with healthcare, then you want to get into health tech. All right. So if you have a background in healthcare, in the healthcare sector, you've worked as a healthcare professional before, you want to get into health tech. All right. Now, who fits here? Nurses, dentists, pharmacists, public health workers, care workers, medical lab scientists, healthcare administrators, what have you. So if you work within the healthcare space, then you can transition into health tech. All right. So if you're someone that has empathy, communication, documentation, attention to details, then you fit under the healthcare professionals in tech. Now, in Tenalytics, we have 3 different career paths. So we have health tech analysis, healthcare business analysis, healthcare agile project management. Now, they are exactly the same as data analysis, business analysis, and project management that I explained initially. The only difference is that you do this within the healthcare space. All right. So as a health tech analyst, what you do is you help healthcare companies understand data and use the data to improve patient care and system. This is where you see things like health informatics specialists, medical analysts, dental analysts, biology analysts, all of these things. All right. Now, as a healthcare business analyst, what you do is you help them figure out what the healthcare organization needs, and then you turn it into solutions. So you help them optimize processes. You help them make sure that, the healthcare space is scaling up properly. All right. And then the last one is healthcare projects management. So what you do is you plan and you manage healthcare projects. You make sure that they are completed within the right time frame and within the right budget. So if you're on this call and you want to do something that is related to the healthcare space, you want to do something that is very related to the healthcare space, then you want to get into health tech, healthcare professionals, right? You want to get into the health tech analysis, healthcare business analysis, or the healthcare project management career path. All right. So that is exactly what you do here. Like I mentioned, as a data analyst, it's basically the healthcare part of it, right? You learn the same thing as a normal data analyst. You just use the healthcare, you just use it within the healthcare space. Same thing for business analyst, all right? You learn what a normal business analyst would. You just work on projects relating to the healthcare space. And then same thing for project management, all right? You use what a normal project manager would do. You learn the tools. You just use them within the healthcare space. Now, if this sounds like you, I want you to drop health tech for me in the chat. I want you to drop health tech for me in the chat. What this means is you have a passion for the healthcare space. You want to get into tech, but within the healthcare space.
Yes.
I want you to drop
Talk
health
through
tech
their school ID card away
for me in the chat. All right. Okay, so we have a lot of health tech. Omolola, Enebe, Mariama, Sam, Foluke, Osazua, Julia, iPhone, Anastasia, Cecilia. It just looks like all of you were just waiting for me to speak about health tech. Okay. All right. So you're able to transition into any of the career path, all right? Any of the career path, either as a data analyst or as a business analyst or as a project manager within the healthcare space. All right. So now we've been able to talk about all the career paths that we have and where you fit into. All right. A lot of us on this call, we figured out where we fit into. We figured out some of us are choosing data analysis, data science, business analysis, project management, product design, health tech. We've decided where exactly we fit into. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the directive for us here is not just to learn it, but to transition into that career path. So what this means is you need to land a job. You need to land a job. So I'm just going to show us the amount range of what these jobs are able to give to us. So if you can see my screen, you can see the different amount for different zones. For those of us in the UK, for those of us in the US, for those of us in Canada, you can see the different amounts. All right, don't forget to fill the attendance form so you can get access to this slide. And then you can also just basically look at it. All right, you can look at the amount for yourself. Now, this means that you have an opportunity as a business analyst to be earning about $85,000 for yourself. All right, you are able to earn about $85,000 for yourself. Now, these are the career paths and the amounts. So you can see where you would be, the amount you should be earning if you start, if you take action by this month, the amount you can be earning before the end of the year. This is it. All right, so don't forget to fill the attendance form so you can get access to this, and you can also view it for yourself when the slides are being shared. All right. Now, the next one we want to be speaking about, like I mentioned, after you've learned this, you want to build experience. Remember that the goal here is for you to be able to land a job in this career path. All right, that is the goal, for you to be able to land a job in this career path. All right. Now, for you to be able to land a job, you need experience. Because the truth is, nobody wants to hire someone that does not have experience. All right. They don't want to hire someone that doesn't have experience, someone that is just new to it. They don't want to hire that kind of person. They are looking for people that have experience. Now, how do you, as a newcomer in tech, how do you, as a first timer in tech, build experience? Here at Analytics, you build experience in two important ways. By building a portfolio. So how do you build a portfolio? You work on projects. So here you learn in a project-based environment. So what this means is, as a data analyst, you're going to be working with data. All right, you're going to be working on data, working with data. As a business analyst, you're going to be working practically with all these tools. Now you're able to work on multiple projects and then in turn use these projects to build your portfolio. All right. Another way you are able to build experience is by internship. Okay, internship. You do 2 months of internship at Amdari, and then you use this internship as a real-world simulation. So what this means is you get to work on actual projects, right, for real companies. And this adds to the experience that you have. Now, at Analytics, you learn for 6 months. So you're working on projects, you're building your portfolio for 6 months. Before you are done, you should be able to have worked on at least 7 to 10 projects. All right. Then you work on 2 months of internship. You work on extra real world projects. Now, you are able to put Analytics and Amdari on your CV as a past experience. So you don't just go from working as a healthcare professional, then they see a gap and then nothing. But you get to put this as a past experience on your CV so that when they want to hire you and they want to see, oh, where has this person worked before? They see that, okay, this person has experience in this job role. All right, which is very important because these are part of the things that allows you to be able to land a job when you have experience. All right, so you want to be able to build experience as you are learning. You want to be able to build experience. You want to be able to work on projects, do your internship, and don't get into the job market as a complete beginner, but get into the job market as someone that understands the job role, but has also worked within that job role. All right, this is what is going to be able to help you get hired. All right. Now, beyond this, beyond working on projects, you also want to be able to land a job. Like I mentioned earlier, your transition into tech is not complete till you have landed a job. So after you've learned the skill, the next important thing is for you to land a job. Very, very important. Land a job. That's what makes your tech career path. That's what makes your transitioning complete. Now, technical skills will get you hired. Understanding technical skills will get you the interviews. Understanding what the job is about can get you interviews. But what gives you that job role? What gives you that job offer is how employable you are. Now, how are we able to do all of this for you at Analytics? Here at Analytics, what we do is, we do things that are able to help you land that job. So we call it employability skills. We nurture you with employability skills. All right. So the very first one is CV review and revamp. So when you get into the program from 2 months, from the second month, we've taken your CV from you. We review your CV, we revamp your CV, we make sure that your CV is top tier. So for those of you that are getting into business analysis, for those of you that are getting into data analysis or even health tech analysis, right? We look at your CV, we analyze it, we review it, revamp it, and then we give you a seasoned CV back. Now, after doing all of this, we also teach you how you are able to do this for yourself. All right. You don't just want to apply for 100 jobs with one CV. No, you want to make sure that all your CV matches the job description. So we teach you how to make sure that your CV matches each and every job description. Now, we also teach you about the ATS system. How do you make sure that your CV is able to pass that applicant tracking system? How do you make sure that your CV is getting viewed by hiring managers and not getting ignored? We teach you all of these things. All right. The next thing that we teach you is LinkedIn optimization. So we take your LinkedIn from you, right? We get on a call with you and we teach you how you optimize your LinkedIn account. All right. We teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn account. So how do you make sure that your LinkedIn is very attractive? Now, let me quickly tell you something. There are a lot of people that are able to get jobs without even sending out applications, just because they know how well to use their LinkedIn and how well to position themselves on LinkedIn. Now, you want to take advantage of LinkedIn, and we teach you exactly how you are able to take advantage on LinkedIn. Now, the next important thing is we teach you how to navigate the job market. All right, we teach you how you are able to navigate the job market. Now, you don't want to be able to just apply to jobs anyhow. How do you apply for these jobs? Where do you apply for these jobs? Where do you search for these jobs? Different people have different needs. For some of us on this call, what we want is fully remote jobs. For some of us on this call, what we want is jobs with high pay. Other people on the call, what you want is visa-sponsored jobs. All right. Different people, different requirements. Now we teach you how you're able to navigate the job market and find exactly what you're looking for. All right. Now, what we also do is we send you jobs that you can apply to from paid job boards, premium paid job boards. All right. So you have other options for you to, send your CV to. We teach you how to apply to these jobs. We send the jobs to you. We also follow you up to make sure that you are applying for these jobs. Very importantly, like I mentioned, the utmost importance for us is to see that you land a job. And then we make sure that you are applying for jobs to be able to land that job. We also do interview preparation sessions and interview simulation sessions. All right. Now, say for example, you get a call back after you've applied for a job, you get a call back and they tell you, okay, so we want to speak with you on Monday, 2 p.m. Some of us were very terrible at interviews. We don't know exactly how to answer questions in interviews. They will ask us one question, and before you know, we're saying 1,000 other things. And we've lost track of exactly what we're supposed to be saying. It teaches you how to come off as confident in interviews. How do you know what to say? How do you respond correctly? How do you respond with confidence? How do you speak in interviews and then ace interviews, not fail in interviews? We have interview preparation sessions and simulation sessions. So you can schedule an interview preparation session. We'll research on the company, we research on the job description, and would ask you possible likely questions. All right. We also have interview simulation sessions where you come on the call and then, we tell you how to be able to answer questions. We bring hiring managers so they are able to tell you what they look out for and, how to sound confident, all of these things. So you are prepared in advance. Okay. Now we also give job reference letters. For those of us on this call that the job role would require you to have a reference letter, you are able to get reference letters here at Analytics that shows that you are the best person for the job. All right. We give job reference letters. We also give on the job support. Now, what this means is even after you've gotten the job, you're able to come back to Analytics and say, okay, you know what, I have a project. I don't really know how to work on it. Can you assist me? And we would always, always be there to assist. I always love to say, getting into Analytics, you're getting into a family for life. All right, you're getting into a place where they're able to hand hold you. All right, they're able to hand hold you. So you're not navigating the tech journey alone. You're not figuring out how to transition alone. No, we're going to hold your hands, take you from the first stage to becoming an absolute professional. All right. So you're not going to figure it out alone. You're not going to try to navigate the tech journey alone. You have a community behind you. You have people that are very deliberate, very, very deliberate about you and your tech journey with you. All right. Now, we also have mentorship sessions, weekly mentorship sessions. The best way to learn is to learn from people that have done it. So you know exactly what you should do and how you should do it. So we have mentorship sessions where we bring people that have been able to get job roles, people that have been able to get into this, jobs. We bring industry experts and they tell you industry secrets. All right. So you know exactly how to position yourself to land that job. You know exactly what they're looking for in these industries. You know exactly how to, you get an advantage. You know how to put your best foot forward, even when you're applying for jobs. All right. Now you also have Upwork optimization. If you want to be a freelancer, you don't want to work for just one company. You want to be a freelancer, we teach you how to optimize your Upwork account. All right. Like I mentioned earlier, these are the ways you're able to stand out in the tech space, stand out in the job market. If you have a CV that is beautiful, a stellar CV, you optimize your LinkedIn, you know how to navigate the job market, you know where to search for jobs, how to search for jobs, you are very prepared for interviews, you are confident in interview rooms. There's no way you would have not been able to land a job. I dare say within 3 to 6 months, you should have been able to land your tech job. All right. So we're able to help you learn the skill. Most importantly, we're able to help you land that tech job. All right. Very important. We're able to help you land that tech job. Okay. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the way it is structured is 6 months of learning and 2 months of internship. So you're able to learn for 6 months and then 2 months of internship, all right, which helps you build experience. Now we have the Saturday live classes. These Saturday live classes, they're not all Saturdays in a month. So the live classes are 2 Saturdays out of 4 in a month. All right. We have 2 sessions. We have the morning sessions and the evening sessions. So 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for those of us in UK, in Africa, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then the evening session is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, the evening sessions for those of us in Canada will be around 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. MST time. And I believe 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the morning session. So you just want to get into the session that works for you. All right. You want to pick either the morning session or the evening session. Whatever session that works for you, you want to get into it and get the value for it. All right. Now we also have the self-paced watch me do it videos. Now, these are the videos that you watch at the comfort of your home in your own time, probably when you're back from work. You just sit down on your computer, you watch your videos, and you get value for the classes. All right. So you're able to give like 30 minutes, 1 hour per day to do your own classes. Now, the live classes are where you get to ask questions. You speak to your facilitator person on a group call. You are able to ask questions. You're able to see exactly how the projects are done, and you're able to get value. You're able to get value for all of these things. All right. So the live classes, they show you what to do, how to get it done, and you're able to sort of just, ask questions. All right. Now, we've spoken about the live class, we've spoken about the duration, we've spoken about how the classes run. There's also something else we'd also speak about. Here at Analytics, we have technical support systems. All right. We have the technical support systems. Right. Please a minute. Let me just drink water. All right. So we have the technical support systems. Now, what do these technical support systems do for you? They are able to help you. All right. The technical support systems are able to assist you. All right. So if you have any issue or you have any problems or you are getting into class, you're sort of not getting everything that is being said in class, these technical support systems, they reach out to you. They ask you, how are you doing? Hope you are doing good. They follow up with you. They make sure that your learning here at Analytics is very smooth. All right. They make sure that your learning at Analytics is very, very smooth. Okay. Now we also have drop-in sessions. Now, these drop-in sessions, they basically are for people that, say, for example, you get into the live class, you miss out on the live class, and then you want someone that is able to explain to you. You've gone through the recordings, but you want someone that is able to explain to you. All right. You are able to book a drop-in session. Okay. Now, this drop-in session, you have a personal one-on-one time with your facilitator, and they're able to explain whatever concepts that you do not understand. Okay, you have a personal one-on-one time with your tutor. So if you miss any class, you're unavailable for Saturday live class, or you're watching your video and you don't understand what is going on there, you are able to book a drop-in session with your tutor. They reach out to you, they jump on a call like this, only you and the tutor, and they explain all of the concepts that you do not understand on that call. Now, all of these things are put in place so that you are able to get the best out of your learning journey. All right. We don't just want you to get another crash course 4 months or your 4 weeks of becoming a data analyst or become a data analyst in 2 weeks. No. This course is made for you to be able to get, the deep understandings of how to transition into tech and also land a job. And you also get the support that is needed. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, getting into analytics, you are getting into a family that is very, very, very particular about making sure that you land a job in tech, which I believe is everybody's reason for getting into tech. You want to be able to land a job in tech. All right. Now, also to know that all the sessions, all the mentorship sessions, live classes, everything is recorded and they are made available to you for life. All right. Everything is recorded. Every single thing is recorded and they're made available to you for life. So you come back 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, you still have access to the recording of these sessions for life. All right. So now that we've spoken about how it runs, what you're able to get, the duration. Now we now want to speak about people that have been able to transition from different backgrounds. Now, Pavel was a teacher. All right, Pavel was a teacher. Pavel did not have a tech background. So if you're on this call, you don't have a tech background and you're wondering, How am I able to do this? Can I even do it? What if I don't get it? Let me show you someone that has done it. Pavel was a teacher in Cameroon. He moved to the US and he knew that he wanted something better. He knew that, you know what, tech was it. He knew that he wanted to transition into tech. And then just like you, he identified the area that he wanted to get into. He registered for data analytics program. Pavel was able to land a job by March 2025. But he got into the program December 2024. Now, if we're looking at it, this is about 4 months. It took Pavel 4 months, only 4 months, to be able to go from being a teacher to being a healthcare data analyst. How was he able to do it? We helped him tailor his CV. He joined mentorship sessions. We prepped him for multiple interviews, and he got multiple job offers. We made sure that he tailored his CV to every job application. And in less than 4 months, he already landed that job. So if you're on this call, you're thinking, I don't have a tech background. I don't know if I'm able to get into tech. Yes, you are. You are definitely able to transition into tech and make the best out of it. All right. Now, I was talking about Pavel. I was talking about a teacher becoming a data analyst. Let's look at someone else. All right. Let's look at someone else that was able to get a job. Now, there is Judith. Judith was a carer. Again, Judith had no understanding whatsoever as a tech person. She had never done anything tech related. She didn't even know exactly what tech was. But just like you, she got on a call and she was able to identify the career path that fit her. Judith moved from being a carer to being a business analyst. Just like you on the call today, she was able to identify where she wanted to be. She got into the program and she was able to land a fully remote job in the US. Mind you, Judith stays in the UK, but she was able to land a fully remote job in the US. So what does this tell us? It tells us that if you are looking to switch careers, you can. If you're looking to land fully remote jobs, you can. If you're looking to get something that allows you to work from the comfort of your home, you can. So for all of us on the call today, you are able to become the next success story. All right? You are able to navigate your journey into tech and get that job offer. And I keep saying there's a timeline, 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months, you are able to land a job. If you follow through everything that we've mentioned today, you are able to change your story 3 to 6 months. We've seen people do it, and we know that you can do it. All right. Now, to speak about the sweet surprise I had for us earlier today. We currently okay. For everybody on the call today, we currently have a 20% offer. All right, 20% offer. Now, what does this mean? It means that if you get into any program today, you are getting into the program at 20% less. All right, so you do not have to wait. You don't have to pay the full price. All you need today is $200 to get started. I know you'll be wondering, how do I need just $200 to get started? Why do I need just $200 to get started? Is this a scam? Now let me show you what I mean. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Our next cohort starts June 6th. Now, for people that are looking to get into the next course for June 6th or even the one for July, all right, you are able to get into it for just $200. Now, remind you, the full price of the program is 1,200. All right, the full price is 1,200. But because we are talking today on this call, because you are speaking to me today, you're going to be paying $1,000. All right. When I mentioned that all you needed was $200, this is what I meant. We have a 5 installment plan. We have a 5 installment plan available. All right, for anybody on the call that wants to take advantage of it. Okay, we have a 5 installment plan. Okay, so what that means is all you need to get into the all you need to get in today is just $200. Now, $200 is spread it for 5 months, and then you have $1,000 complete. But if you're on the call, you want to pay everything today, you can. All right, let me just let's do it together. My colleague in the chat is already sharing the link for you to claim this 20%. All right, she's sharing the link for you to claim this 20%. All right, so let's do it together. Okay, let's just get it done together. All right. So you want to click on the link. When you click on the link, it would open up our website. Okay. So let's just give this a very quick minute. Okay. So it would open up the website like this. Now, what you want to click on is you want to click on start learning. Now you can see that there's a whole lot of drop down. You can see become a health tech analyst. You can see become product designer, data or cloud engineer, agile project manager, all of this. And if you're on this call, no, let's get all of this done first. And then when we get on this, I will now tell you the sweet thing I want to talk about. So you want to click on this. Let's use data analyst for the purpose of this. So click on become a data analyst. All right. When you click on become a data analyst, it opens up this. Okay, so you can see that the 20% is still there. So you want to click on enroll now. Now it's supposed to prompt you to create a very simple account, less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, you're supposed to be able to create your account. You can either use Google, you can either sign up with Google, all right, or you can decide to put in your details. So either you use Google or you decide to put in your details. All right, I already have an account, so I'm just going to click on login, and then I am going to log in. Now, when you log in, it's supposed to show you this page. Okay, when you log in, it's supposed to show you this page. All right. So this is what you would see. Now, like I mentioned, the June cohort starts June 6th, and then the next cohort after June is July 4th. So you want to click on anyone, all right? You want to either pick the June cohort or the July cohort. All right, now when you click on June cohort, all right, you are able to pay either once, twice, or 5 installments. Okay, so you're either able to pay once, twice, or 5 installments. All right, so let's just click on the currency converter here. Let's change it to USD. Okay, now you can see if you're paying once, you're going to be paying $850. If you're paying twice, you're going to be paying $900. And if you're paying 5 times, you're going to be paying $200 in 5 installments. All right. So 2 installments, $450 per installment. And if you're paying once, you get an additional 12%, and then you make $850. All right. You're either able to get in for the June cohort or the July cohort. Like I mentioned, it's because we are celebrating nurses across the globe. That is why we're giving a 20% discount. All right, 20% discount because we're celebrating nurses across the globe for all the amazing things that they've done. All right, so even you that are in the healthcare space, this is it for you. All right, this is our way of celebrating you. So for all of those of us that picked health tech on the call and you're looking to start your tech journey, you're looking to take that transition seriously this year, you're looking to start bagging big money, you want to get into the June cohort or the July cohort. All right. So let's also use another currency. Let's see for GBP for those of us in the UK. If you're paying once, it is £651. If you're paying twice, it's £345 per installment. And if you're paying 5, all you need to lock in your slot at the discounted price. And for the next cohort, it is £153. Now, if you say June is too close, I can't be ready in June, I can be ready in July, you're also able to take advantage of this International Nurses Week discounts for July. All right. You're able to take advantage of the International Nurses Week discounts for July. Now, let's also do for those of us in Canada. For those of us in Canada, pay once is 1,200 Canadian dollars. If you're paying twice, it is 637 Canadian dollars per installment. And if you're paying in 5 installments, it is 283 Canadian dollars per installment, and you spread that for 5 installments. All right. So this is exactly what you're able to do. You're able to get in at this, able to get in at this, let's say, price now. All right, because of the discount that we have running. So all you have to do is to click on the link that my colleague is sharing in the chat. All right, click on the link that my colleague is sharing in the chat and register. All right, click on the link and register. Like I mentioned, because of the International Nurses Week, that is the reason why we have this discount running. All right, we're celebrating amazing people across the globe, amazing nurses across the globe. And we thought of what other way to give back than to do this. All right, so you want to take advantage of it now and get in. Now, if you're on this call and you're not still sure, you are not still sure of the career path that you want to get into, you know you want to get into tech, and you also want to take advantage of the discounts. You're looking at the discounts and you're like, okay, you know what? I want to start my journey. I don't want to sit down and just be chilling. I want to start my journey from June, and I want to become a techie, a tech bro, a tech sis. Now is the best time. So what other thing I have for you is, for those of us that are able to make payments on this call, you get a personalized session with a top tier career coach. A personalized session with a top tier career coach. Now, what is this session about? So in this session, they're able to tell you what fits you. They're able to look at your background. They're able to look at, exactly what you've done, your educational background, your working experience, and they're able to tell you exactly the career path that fits you. All right. So if you're on this call, you want to get into tech, you won't take advantage of the 20% on this call, but you're not sure exactly the career path, you can register for anyone. When you have that personalized session with your career coach, they are able to help you make the switch to the career path that fits you perfectly. All right. So if you're looking at registering or you're unsure, you can still register so you don't miss out on this 20%. All right. And then when you have your personal session, you are able to have a personalized session with your career coach. Now we don't usually do this. We don't give personalized sessions, but because of this, we're going to be giving you a personalized session with a top tier, best of the best out there career coach, so that you know exactly the career path that fits you. You know how you're able to get into tech with a boom and how to start your tech career. All right. So for you to claim the 20%, all you have to do is click on the link that is shared. Click on the link that is shared in the chat. All right. Click on the link that is shared in the chat, and then you get advantage to take the personal session and also the 20% discount. Okay. Click on the link that is being shared, and then you get to get the 20% and the personalized session. Now, that is not all. That is not all. I also have more for us. Now, you're also going to you're going to learn and gain experience from industry experts that will hold your hands end to end. So what this means is you get access to industry experts. Look at them like your mentors. All right. You get access to industry experts, mentors that you can always reach out to, that will hold your hand from the beginning of your transition till you land a job. You will not see this anywhere else. But you are getting that here at Analytics because you are able to make payments a day. Now, you're also going to be able to book for mini classes during the week. You have the power, you have the ball. All right. You are able to book for mini personalized sessions during the week with your tutor. They're able to explain to you, they're able to have classes with you, personal classes with you. All right. And then it's like paying for a personalized session. All right. So you're able to get mini classes during the week whenever you need help. Now you're also able to stay with Analytics till you get a job. What does this mean? We'll keep sending you jobs. We'll keep preparing you for interviews. We'll give you reference letters. You do your internship till you land a job. So you have access to Analytics till you land a job. All right. Till you land a job, you have access to Analytics. We're not going to leave you along the way. Okay. You're going to have access to speak to us every step of the way till you get that job. Now you also have lifetime mentorship sessions. So for life, you get access to, mentorship sessions where you're able to know how to navigate the tech journey. All right. You're able to know how to navigate your tech space with people. Now, these are all the things you are getting here at Analytics. All right. Like I mentioned, a personalized session. So if you're on this call, you kind of know where you want to be, but you're not sure. You want someone that is able to give you a personal session, speak to you, explain it to you personally, have a conversation with you. Or you're on the call, you're probably looking for visa sponsorship, and you're on the call, you're looking for a fully remote job, or you need someone that is able to speak with you. You're able to get that personalized session when you make your payments on the call. All right, so click on the link that is shared. Click on the link that is shared in the chat and claim your 20% discount. Okay, click on the link that is shared and claim your 20% discount. All right, now we're getting into the Q&A part where you get to ask your questions and you get to, let's call it a career clinic. All right, so you get to ask your questions, you get to speak with me, right? And then we, can go from there. So do we have anybody at all that wants to ask a question? Anybody at all? We've spoken a lot. We've spoken about, where we are able to get into. We've spoken about where we're able to get into what fits who. All right. You're able to now ask your questions here. So if you're on the call, you have a question, you're able to ask your questions on the call. All right. So if you want to ask a question, you can raise up your hands or simply unmute and ask your questions. So do we have anybody that wants to ask a question? If you're too shy to speak, you can also drop it in the chat. I would be looking at the chat. Okay. Hi, Ngozi. You can unmute and speak.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. How are you doing today, Ngozi?
I'm doing great.
All right. So you can go on and ask your question.
What's the difference? Sorry, maybe I don't know whether to talk from my laptop. Wait, let me use my laptop so that I can be asking you a question.
All right.
Let me ask from my laptop.
Yeah, can you hear me
now?
I can hear you, but there's an echo.
Yeah, the echo is there. Don't mind me. I was using my phone.
So when the team was so interested, I now on my system.
All right, that's lovely. That's lovely to see. At least you got to enjoy the session today. So
Yeah,
that's lovely.
I was just saying, let me know what they are talking. I was just lying down with my phone. So when it got interested, I have to switch up to my laptop to know exactly what is going on because it sounds so good.
I mean, I love it that you enjoyed today. Okay.
Yeah, one of the things I want to ask, what's the difference between health tech, agri project management and Scrub, and healthcare business analysis? What's the difference, please?
Okay. So the major difference, Ngozi, is as a healthcare business analyst, what you do is you optimize processes. All right. So you take a look at the processes in an organization and then you make them better. So your focus as a healthcare business analyst is to make sure that the healthcare organization, be it the hospital, dental clinic, whatever, your focus is to make sure that they are more effective and efficient. All right.
Okay.
That is your focus as a business analyst. But as an agile project manager, what you do is that you manage projects. All right. So say, for example, an organization wants to develop an application. They want to build something like WhatsApp. Now, they would need different people working on that team. They will need different people that will be able to build WhatsApp. So they need people that would design WhatsApp. They need people that would code WhatsApp. They need automation testers. They need all of these people. All right. Now, they have multiple people that would work on making sure that WhatsApp is developed. Now, your job as the project manager is to make sure that WhatsApp is developed within the time frame given. So if they tell you, okay, we want WhatsApp to be developed in 12 months, your job is to make sure that WhatsApp is developed in 12 months. Your job is to make sure that if they tell you you want to spend only $5,000 on WhatsApp, your job is to make sure that WhatsApp, the team that is building WhatsApp, they use only $5,000. All right. and then you make sure that it is done within the modalities, the scopes of what they want. All right. So as a business analyst, your job is to make sure that businesses are effective and efficient by optimizing processes. As a project manager, your job is to make sure that projects are done properly. Your job is to make sure that everybody working on a project does their job. All right, Ngozi?
Yeah.
Okay.
So which one is okay? There's another one I saw, health tech analysis.
Okay. Now, as a health tech analyst, what you do is that you analyze data. All right. You analyze data and then you help organizations make data-driven decisions. Now, let me give you an example. Say, for example, the healthcare organization. They say, okay, Ngozi, we want to know the mortality rates in the hospital. So they give you data, they give you records, and then you analyze this record. All right. When you analyze the record, you look at the record, you draw insights from that record, and you tell them the mortality rates. All right. So with health tech analysis, you are looking at records and analyzing it. All right. You're looking at data and analyzing it and helping organizations make more informed decisions. Does that make sense, Ngozi?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So that's the major difference between all the three of them. So if you're an introvert, you want to go for health tech analysis. If you're an introvert, if you don't want to have to communicate with a lot of people, you want to go for health tech analysis. But if you don't mind communicating with people, all right, you want to go for business analysis. But if you want something that is very simple, very, very, very simple to transition into, then you want to get into agile project management. All right.
Okay.
That's health tech agile project management.
Yes.
Okay, that one is very simple.
Very, very simple. I dare say it's the easiest because all you're basically doing is your job is to make sure that every other person does their job. You learn the scope and the modalities, but your job is to make sure that every other person does their job. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So as somebody that doesn't have a tech background, I doesn't know coding, and I'm in UK. Although I was not a healthcare in my country, Africa, but now in UK, we came with healthcare support workers. So which one can you advise me to go?
Okay, Ngozi, for me to advise you, right, I need to know, do you like to talk to people?
Yeah?
You like to talk to people?
I like talking to my sister. I like explaining. But I don't have patience if you don't get me very fast. I'm not a patient teacher, but I like talking.
Okay. So I would say, because you've mentioned this, I would say agile project management. All right. Reason being that for you to get into business analysis, you need to like to explain yourself, because you're going to explain a lot. All right. Because you're about to optimize processes. You're going to speak with stakeholders. You're going to engage them. You're going to make sure that they see your points.
Okay.
All right. And for that, you have to explain to them. You might have to do meetings back to back to back for them to understand where you're coming from. All right. But if you're someone that says you're not patient with explaining, Ngozi, I would just say get into agile project management, because there you just have to communicate with them. You have to make sure that different people are getting their jobs done correctly and within the right time. Okay. So I would say agile project management. Okay.
So tech analysis, health tech analysis, that one is also okay.
So as a health tech analyst, you can also get into it, because that one you don't have to talk to people. You don't have to relate to people. Your job does the relating for you. Okay. You don't have to talk to people. You can do that from comfort of your home. You can go days without talking to anybody. The major thing is you are able to draw insights from your data, and then they understand the data that the insights that you've got. All right. So for you, it would be within agile project management or data analysis, health tech analysis. But seeing that you like to communicate, you like to talk, just go into something that fits your what's the word? Something that fits who you are. All right. So you already have that soft skill. Communication is already one of your good skills. So just get into something that fits it, and that would be the agile project management. All right.
Okay.
All right. So,
All
Ngozi,
right.
are you going to be joining us today?
It's just
Okay,
that
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
how
how
the
the
payment
payment
is
is
going.
going.
Mm,
The money you're calling is high. I'm highly interested. Just one or two is not what I will talk here. I'm highly
yes, I totally
interested, but
understand that.
is the installment, how do we pay the installment? I can be able to pay the first installment, but
Mhm.
how do I do other ones?
So every other installment, right? Let me mention this for all of us on the call. If you make your first installment today, the next installment is monthly. All right. So if you make your first installment today, the next one will be the next month, and the next one is the month after, and the next one thing, after that, right? But if you say, for example, 14th of June comes and then you don't have that next installment, there's something called um there's an opportunity for you to be able to reach out to us and get an extension date. All right. So if you say, oh, at the next installment, I can't pay it by 14th, but I should be able to pay it by the 25th, you can get an extension date to that 25th and make that payment then. Does that work, Ngozi?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to get into remember 20% discount, and you're also getting a personalized session. So it means a top tier career expert would be speaking with you even after this conversation. All right. If you register, they will be speaking with you even after this conversation. And then you're able to have a full-blown conversation. They look at your background, they look at every single thing. And if after that conversation you decide that you want to make a switch of courses, they are able to help you make that switch. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And
And
another
another
one
one
I
I
want
want to
to ask,
ask,
you
you
say it's
say it's
only
only
Saturdays
Saturdays
and
and
it's
it's
twice
twice
a
a
month.
month.
Yes. Yes. So the live classes are only Saturdays, twice a month. But if you are free on Wednesday, you are free on Thursday, and you want to have a personal session, you can book a drop-in session and to just be only you and your tutor, nobody else, just you and your tutor. And they're able to explain it. But for those drop-in sessions, they are when you are free. All right. So you're the one that will book the sessions when you are free.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
that's
a
a
one.
one-on-one.
Do
Do
I
I
need
need
to
to
pay
pay
again
again
or
or
still
still
in
in
the
the
one
one
I
I
No,
paid?
nothing at all. You're not paying any extra. Once you pay right now, it covers for every other benefit that you're getting with analytics. All right.
It sounds so good though.
Let it be like that.
You can take it from me. See that my email is on this backdrop. So you can take it from me, right? If it is too good to be true and we're not delivering, send me an email and tell me that Esther, this is not what you promised me on that call. All right. So you will see that you'll be getting every single thing that I've promised you today. Every single thing. All right.
Okay,
Okay,
so you
so
say I
say
should
you
go
go
for
for
help.
Health Tech, Agile Project Management, and Scrum Master Program.
Yes. Yes. Definitely that one. So just click
How
on the
do
link that is shared.
Hello,
Sorry.
hello,
Hi, I can see someone is speaking.
hello. Shinazo here, please.
Hi, Chinaza.
Yeah, how you doing?
Just give me a very
Um,
quick minute. Very, 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 very quick minute. Just a very quick minute. Let me just wrap up with Ngozi, okay? 1 second,
okay.
okay? Hi,
All right.
Ngozi. So you just want to click on the link, okay? That is
okay?
shared. Just click on that link and then use that to make the payment, okay? That link is what allows you to be able to get that 20% and get access to that personalized session. All right?
Okay, do
Okay,
I
do I
go
go
to
to
that
that
place
place
that
they
say
say
enroll
enroll
now?
now?
Yes, you go to enroll now. So when you click on enroll now, when you
Mm.
click on enroll now, you should be able to pick between. So you just have to do a very quick um onboarding, right? Just put your email, your number very, very quickly. All right, doesn't take time at all. Or you can decide to get in with your Google account. All right, you can decide to sign up with your Google account. When you're done, you would see the payment page, and then you can proceed with it. All right, Ngozi,
All
All right,
right,
thank
thank you.
you're welcome. So I'm still on the call with you. Whilst you're done, you can just let me know. All right, so that you get your personalized session. Okay.
you.
All right. So hi, Chinazo.
Yeah, a quick one, please.
Okay.
For data analysis or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, to be truthful, like how many percent of coding would someone be expecting if you want to go into for someone that doesn't like coding?
Okay. Okay. To be truthful, right? Hands in the air, truthful. let's say 10%. Because that's a data analysis is a low coding, it's a low code career path, right? So it is very easy for you to learn. The only part that you would actually probably see a tiny bit of coding is SQL. All right, that's the only part here that you would see a tiny bit of coding. All right, and it's not major coding, it's not intense coding, it's not the way a software developer or a data engineer would code. All right, it's a very tiny bit of coding. So I would say 10%. It's not important, it's not a terrible kind of coding. It's something that you're able to still do. All right, Chinazo. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's not those intense coding, all right? It's simple, easy coding. Okay, low code, so to say.
Okay. All right, that's what I want to ask anyway. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Chinaza, I assume that is data analysis for you.
Yeah, I'm contemplating between business analysis and data analysis. But this one you're talking about sitting and convincing stakeholders. Me, I'm not good at that anyway.
So for business analysis, the real truth is you need to like to communicate, because you're not going to be you're going to speak with technical teams, but you're also going to be talking to stakeholders. That's why I mentioned that you have to have like a leadership personality. Okay, because you're going to be in rooms with leaders. So you need to be able to communicate to them. You need to be able to talk to them. So if you don't really like communicating, right, then data analysis is it. But if you like to communicate, you don't shy away from conversations, then business analysis.
So when it comes to data analysis, your data that communicates for you.
Exactly.
Speaks for you.
As a data
the
analyst,
results are getting from the data and all
exactly. Exactly. That's what speaks for you. So you don't really have to talk too much. You don't have to convince them. All right. You're already building Power BIs that explain what the data means. So you don't really have to much on that explanation like a business analyst.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So that's it.
Okay.
So with this one now, I believe that is data analysis, because I can hear you. Okay. I can assume that you're running away from business analysis.
I've been running away from coding. In fact, I've
No, so
done
you don't have
masters in data science, and I'm speaking to you here. I've done
Oh,
masters in data science in UK, but it was a tough one, so I wouldn't want to.
yes. So you're not going
Maybe
to do that. You're not going to do that.
I'm not going for
Let me tell
data
you
science.
that.
Maybe something I will do later, but for now, I want to start with something
Data
because
analysis.
it was really no.
Mm-hmm.
It was
So here
not
it is.
easy.
It's little coding. It's very little coding. You don't have to worry about it. Very,
Yeah, it's okay. I'm on call. So I'm looking at July cohorts.
okay. So you're able to still take advantage of the 20% for July. All right. You're able to get in. Remember, $200 and a personalized session. So you're able to get in for July with that 20%. Okay. And then take advantage of it. Because the truth is, by July, we probably wouldn't say that discount available. All right. So you're able to get in for July and still get a personalized session if you're able to lock down your slots today. Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hi, Kemi. So before I go with you, Anastasia has had her hands up. All right. So let me just quickly go with Anastasia, then Mariama, and then you, Kemi. Okay. All right. Okay. So hi, Anastasia.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, thank you. Thank you for the section. It was quite insightful.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
All right. So my question is, for someone that is looking into health tech analysis, but also want to do data analysis. So will doing health tech analysis limit someone from doing working in other data that are not related to healthcare setting?
That's
Because
exactly
I've
my
tried
question.
becoming a data analyst and also becoming health tech analyst. So if one become a data analyst, will you also be able to go into health tech analyst with your data analyst certifications?
Okay. So Kemi said that's exactly her question. So let me answer the both of
Wow.
you. Kemi and Anastasia, right? So when I was explaining it, I did say that it's exactly the same thing, right? You are learning exactly the same thing. Nothing really different. Okay. As a data analyst, as a health tech analyst, you're learning exactly the same thing. You're learning the same tools, you're learning the same functions. The only difference is in the projects that you work with. All right. So it is in where you apply the knowledge that makes it different. But you're learning the same knowledge. Now, I'm a believer of if you have one knowledge, you can use it in multiple fields. All right. If you learn data
Okay.
analysis, you can use it in healthcare, you can use it in fintech, you can use it in edtech, you can use it anyway. You can use it in any field. If you also learn health tech analysis, you can use it in, although the projects that you'll be learning would be 90% healthcare related, but the knowledge can be used in any field. All right. So my advice to you and Kemi will be this. If you're looking to land a healthcare role at the moment, you can do health tech analysis. All right. Because you are also going to be getting data analysis, understanding and skills. Right. But if your main aim at the moment is not streamlined to just the health tech path, then you can do data analysis and you are able to use that knowledge even within the healthcare sector. All right, because you're going to work on multiple projects, and one of which would be the healthcare projects. All right, for a normal data analyst. But as a health tech analyst, same thing, same understanding as a data analyst. The only difference is in the projects that you work on. So if your immediate need is to land a healthcare related job, then health tech analysis. But if your need right now is to land a tech job, whether health tech or not, then you want to go for data analysis. You are still able to use that knowledge to land a healthcare job. Does that make sense, Anastasia and Kemi?
Yeah, it makes sense.
What about full stack data scientists? Does it apply to that too?
Yes, it applies to anything, right? You are able to use any career path in any sector.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You are able to use any career path in any sector. All right. It applies to that as well. All right. So Anastasia and Kemi, seeing that the both of you teamed up on me to ask that question, am I going to be seeing you guys shortly with us?
I'm actually looking at July.
Yeah. Yes, you're able to still register for July. July cohort is 4th, I believe. Yes, 4th of July. You're able to still register today. Take advantage of the discounts. Have that session where they look at your career, they look at where you're coming from, what you've done, and then you have a top tier career experts. Give
So
you top tier
is the
career.
discount only for the June and July cohorts?
Yes, so it would be dependent on you, Anastasia. What cohort are you looking to register for?
Because I have things I had now, maybe from September
That's far. If you had said
or
August,
August.
if you had said
Or
August, I would
August,
have had I think I have a solution for you for August, right? So you can register for July, okay? And when you register for July, you can defer to August. So defer means you move from one cohort to another. That way, you are able to secure your slot with this 20%, and you are able to get in to August cohort. But right now, we don't have the August cohort on the website, so you cannot outrightly just apply or register for an August cohort. I don't know if that makes sense, Anastasia.
Yeah.
But you're able to take advantage of that 20%, register for July, and then you defer to August. All of this you can do on your dashboard. Very easy, very accessible, doesn't stress you at all. All right. So you just register for July today, and then you defer from July to August, and then you start in August, seeing that you have a lot of things to do. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Do
All
you mean we
right.
must pay now to enter the July cohorts? Can't we pay in
If
July?
you want to, you can pay in July. You can pay in July. However, the 20% might not be available at that time. Okay, so just for you to be able to secure these slots at this 20% that you're seeing it now, and still be able to still get that career guidance from a career expert that have been talking about, you are able to get it. All right. But the 20%, like I mentioned, might not be available at that time. So that you don't come and say, oh, it's 1,250 now. I mean, it's a lot. You're able to get in right now. Just secure your slots for July. Secure your slots, and then when people are paying the full price, 1,250 for July, you would be getting in. You will just continue paying at $1,000 rates. I don't know if that makes sense. So it just allows you to secure your slots as opposed to paying the full price in July. Okay.
What's the deadline for securing the slots?
So for this 20%, the deadline, if I show you my slide, the deadline was actually is actually 15th. 15th being tomorrow. Yes. But for the personalized session, you have just till this midnight for you to be able to get that personalized session. Okay. But for the 20%, you have till tomorrow midnight to get in at that 20%. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So hi Mariama.
Hi, Esther.
Hello, how are you doing
Anyway,
today?
I'm okay. Anyway, thanks for the training. It was very insightful.
Thank you as
Okay.
well.
So, should I say, not really a question, but it's actually a question. So I have interest in cybersecurity, data analysis, and the health one, healthcare analysis. Yeah, I have. I obviously cannot do all three, which is I only have to do one.
Mhm.
So, just like you mentioned, there's not much of a difference between the data analysis and the healthcare one, right?
Yeah.
Mm. So,
Okay.
do I have to like decide today which of the three I want to do?
No. So you don't have to decide today, right? You can register for anyone today. Now, when you have that career clinic with your career coach, right? That personal session, you're able to pour it all out to them. All right, you're able to tell them why you want to go into cybersecurity, why data analysis, why health tech analysis, and they would explain everything to T by T by T for you. All right. And then they will now be able to get into, so together you're able to get into the exact one that you want to go for. And then what they will do for you is they help you switch it. All right. So they will help you switch to the exact one that you want. All right. So you're able to register for anyone. And after the personalized session, you now get to have a particular one that you want. So for you that you're considering all three, you can decide to register for data analysis. Okay. When you have that personal session, they are now able to tell you the one that would fully suit you and then help you make that switch. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Please, another question I want to ask. Is IELTS required when one wants to migrate to the UK? Which type?
For these career paths,
General or academic? Yes.
yeah. So for this one, not exactly, right? Not exactly, because what this would be a work visa, right? So it's not necessarily required, right? They just look at your talent. That's why they give you that role. Mostly, so
Really?
mostly when
You mean
only
IELTS?
when sorry,
You mean IELTS is not required?
yes.
Really?
So it's
That's interesting.
dependent, right? It would be dependent exactly. But for most of the time, it really isn't, right? Only if, so if you are going to be switching, it means that they are giving you visa sponsorship, right?
Okay.
That's if you are moving from one place to another. It means they're giving you visa sponsorship. Now, all the rules and regulations for that sponsorship will be communicated to you. All right. So they will tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. So different organizations, different rules, different organizations, different processes. All right. But for the most part, for the people that we've known and that we've seen here at Analytics land visa sponsored jobs, it is not really required.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Okay. The other question I have.
All right.
So I would like to join the August one.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a link to make the payment? But you will not be able to make payment today. Is there like a link when I'm ready? I will just click on it and make payment for the August.
Okay. So Miriama, let me not say
Yeah.
Miriama, yes. So when are you looking at making payments?
Not today. Definitely not today.
Yes,
Maybe
yes, not
next
today,
week.
but is that next week? All right.
Maybe even next week. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a maybe.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. So what I'm going to do is I would reach out to you. I don't know if
Okay.
you filled the attendance form.
I
Hopefully you
did.
have.
Yes, I did.
All
I
right.
did.
So I'll reach out to you after this call. Now, the only thing is you might not see it at the discounted price, right?
That's
You might not
fine. I
get it
mean,
at the discounted
that's
price,
that's
but
that's okay.
No problem. So I'll reach out to you after this call, and then I will drop that link for you, right? The normal link for you, and then we can go from there, okay?
All right. Yeah, I just need a link. So when I'm ready, I will just click on it and make payment and register for the August one.
Yes, definitely. So after this, I'll reach out to you, and then I can share that link for you, okay?
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Right, you're welcome. All right. So hi, Wale Fash iPhone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Esther. That was an insightful presentation. Well done.
Thank you.
Highly impressed. So I have a couple of questions. Currently, I'm torn between many of the courses available on
Mhm,
Opera. And so, as much as I like to jump in and just pay up front, I
mhm,
really am very torn. I've always been interested in this. I guess what's held me back is also because I wasn't sure of which direction to go. And
mhm.
even though you've done a brilliant job of, exposition on all the courses, I
Yeah.
still am a little bit not sure. Well, I'm leaning towards certain courses rather than others, but I still would need that session with the career expert that you said
Okay.
would talk to also. That's one. And then I also want to know, when are we getting the recording of this meeting?
Okay. So for the recording of the meeting, right, give us max a day.
Right.
Okay, just a day, and then you should be able to get the recording of this meeting. So it will be sent to you email alongside the documents that I've used today to have the session. Okay. Then in terms of the courses that you are torn between, all right, my honest answer would be I get it. You don't want to just rush and register for one. Don't look at it like rushing and registering for one. All right. You're able to have that career coach conversation. And then they help you figure out exactly the one that fits you. And then when they figure it out, they help you switch it. All right. So they help you change to the exact one that you want to go into. All right. So the
Mm.
career experts will do a better job than I have done today, breaking it down T by T. So right now, I cannot be able, you wouldn't be able to share every single experience with me, work experience, education experience, why you want to get into them, what makes you want to get into them. You wouldn't be able to share all of that with me. All right. But you'll be able to share all of that on that personal call. All
Right.
right.
Yeah.
So that's why we have that personal conversation. That's why we have that career coach reaching out to you. So you're able to have that kind of conversation with them. And then they see exactly where you're coming from. So they are able to now give you tailored responses based off on everything you share with them. Okay.
Right. Right.
So I would just say register, even if it is one of the ones that you have your eye on, register for that today. And then by tomorrow, they would have reached out to you and then you have that conversation. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. So hi Olufumilayo. I see that your hand is up. You can unmute and speak.
Yeah, hello. Okay.
Hello.
I've actually registered. I've registered since last week,
Okay.
and I'm finding it difficult to like log in. Then I've been trying to get in touch with someone so that they can help me out. But till now,
Okay.
I couldn't even see anyone to support or to help me out with my
Okay.
with my
With logging
registration.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. So Olufunmilayo, what you're going to do for me is you can send me a chat personally on Zoom. Just click on my name and then you should be able to send me a private message. Share your email with me.
Mm.
Okay. And then what I would do is I would get support to reach out to you immediately. Okay. I would share your email with them and then they will reach out to you immediately. I will also reach out to you as well so that I can get an update if they've been able to reach out. And then if you have subsequent issues, you can also just reach out to me. Okay.
Okay. Because I just need to sort this out.
Yeah. So you can just send your email to me personally.
I've
And
sent
then
it. Yeah, I've sent it on the message now.
okay. So let me just take note of this. Okay. So I would let them know and then they'll reach out to you. All right. We're so sorry for the delay in response. Okay. All right. So do we have any other questions before we call it a day today? Do we have any other questions Trust me, if we can be here for the next 1 hour and we'll keep having conversations, all right? But every amazing thing has to come to an end eventually. So do we have any other person that just wants to ask a very, very quick question? Anybody at all that wants to ask a very quick question just before we call it a day?
Yes, please. Please, I have some 2 people that want to join the channel, so they just want to listen. I'm inviting them over, so I don't know
Okay.
how they can join. Do you want me to send in their numbers?
Yes, please. Yes, definitely. So, Olufemilaya, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you filled the attendance form?
No.
Okay, so you have to fill the attendance form for me, right? Just fill the attendance form for me, so I'm able to get your details from it, and then I would reach
How
out.
do we do that? Where?
Please share the link now again. Just give me a quick minute. So I'm going to share the link now again, and then all you just have to do is click on that link, okay? Click on okay, my colleague has shared it already. So just click on that attendance form link, and then you can get, just fill it, and then I would reach out to you immediately after this, okay?
Okay.
So hi Chigo, I see that you say you'll be ready by August and you need the link sent. So all you have to do for me is fill the attendance form again so I can reach out to you as well. Okay. Sam says, will Tenalytics give you trainings certificates? Yes. Yes, you would get certificates for everybody. Tracy, you get certificates. Everybody that comes to Tenalytics gets a certificate, right? A certificate of training, okay? So yes, you would have certificates. All right. So do we have any further questions? Any further questions before we are able to call it a day? Any other questions at all? Don't forget, like I mentioned earlier, you want to register today. So you get access to the 20%. I was just about to say 50%. So you get access to the 20% available, and then you also get a personalized session, all right, with a career expert where they're able to go deeper than I've gone today. Okay, they're able to get deep into everything that we've discussed today, and then they're able to tell you the career path that fits you. Okay, so you want to take advantage of it right now and not miss out on it. Okay, like I mentioned, it is only available till the end of the day. After today, you wouldn't get a career expert reaching out to you. So right now would be the best time to take advantage of it. All right.
Okay, I'll fill in the form now. Attendance form, great.
All right. All right. All right. So I see that you filled it. I'm going to reach out after this call. Okay. So I don't know if Ngozi is still on the call. Yes. Hi, Ngozi. Are you still here? Hi, Ngozi. Are you still here? Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to fill that form before you go out. I'm trying to fill the form.
Okay. All right. All right. That's lovely. That's lovely. So let me also touch base with Wale again. Wale, do you have any further questions?
Yes, sorry, quick one. I just wanted to know when exactly is the classes starting for the June cohort?
Okay, so for the June one, it starts June 6th. That's
Right.
when it starts.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So
Hi. Hi. Please, I have a quick question. Now, yes. So starting on the 6th, but I just played yesterday and I was able to download some some things, some programs we'll be using, right? I just what can we do before 6th? Is there anything someone can do to just prepare before the 6th after downloading all those tools we need?
Yes. So I would say sit pretty and wait for classes to start, which in actual truth is what I would recommend. However, Very close to the classes, they would share some material. So you just have to go through the materials and just look at it, right? And just look at what you've been learning. Okay, that would be what I would just recommend. But for now, just sit pretty and wait for classes to start. But then during very close to the classes, they share materials with you, and then you can just look at those materials and then start with it. All right. But for right now, since you've already downloaded those tools, there's really nothing much for you to do at the moment. Okay. Or you can also we also have mentorship sessions, and you would be added to them, so you can join our mentorship sessions before classes start. All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So do we have any other person that wants to ask a question? Tracy says, how do you get the career path thing? Hi, Tracy. I would need a bit of more context. I would assume that you're speaking about career expert conversation. So for you to be able to get that career expert conversation, all you need to do is make that payment. All right. So just lock in your slot for the next forward June or July. So all you need to do is make that $200, 153 pounds, or 283 Canadian dollars. And then a career expert would be reaching out to you to have a conversation. Okay, so they'll be able to ask you questions, they'll be able to listen to you speak about your work experience, your they'll speak about your work experience, your educational experience, all the experiences basically, and then they're able to direct you on the best career path. But right now, all you want to do is register for any career path, right? Register for anyone that you sort of have interest in. And when you have that personal career expert session, you get to pick the exact one that you would want to go for, okay? So you can just let me know if I've been able to answer your question, Tracy. Okay. So seeing that we've had that, Tracy says, thanks, yes. Sal says, hey, I came in late. What is this about? Sal. So today we had a very insightful conversation, right, about where we fit into in tech. So what you want to do is fill the attendance form. Let me reshare that with you. So just fill the attendance form, and then the session would be sent to you. All right. So just fill the attendance form. The session will be sent to you, and then you are able to get the whole value from the session. All right. Okay. So do we have any other person that just wants to quickly drop a question before we call it a day? Anybody that quickly wants to just drop a question?
Hello, sorry, I came late. There's still room to ask questions.
Yes, there is room to ask question.
Okay. I just got the link that I should join the meeting. I was actually at work. Can you give me a breakdown of what it's all about?
Okay. So it's okay. Right now, I wouldn't be able to say the whole thing that we've spoken about. But what I'm going to say is you can fill the attendance form. Let me send it again for you. Just fill the attendance form. You will get a link to the documents I have used, and also a recording of this session. Okay. So that you are able to use that, listen in, and then you take advantage of everything that I've mentioned today on the call. All right.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay. Okay, so before I end the call today, for all of you that have been able to make payments, I see it. All right, I see it, and then expect someone to reach out to you latest by tomorrow. All right. So for everybody that has been able to make payments, Wally, Ermendon, I start looking forward to talking to career experts soon, and thank you for the talk. You're so welcome, Wally. And also, a career expert will be reaching out to you shortly. Okay. So they'll reach out to you and then schedule that personal conversation. All right. Now, for every other person that has also been able to make payments on the call, thank you as well. Your career experts would be reaching out to you. Also, do not forget the 20% is active till tomorrow, but for you to be able to speak to that top tier career expert, all you have to do is make that payment, lock down that slot today. All right. After you make that payment today, and a career expert will be reaching out to you immediately. But also note that you don't have a long time. All you have is till 11:59 p.m. today. All right, just 11:59 p.m. today for you to be able to take advantage of it. So if you're looking to speak to a career expert, if you're looking to have that personal session at no extra cost, just for you to register for the program, now is the time. Okay, now is the best time for you to be able to get in. So if you're confused on where to get into, you know that a lot of these career paths are getting into your eye, but you just don't know exactly where you want to go into, but you want to speak with a career coach. You want to get into it now. All right. So don't forget, a career expert conversation is on the table. And you also want to be able to take advantage of that as well as the 20%. It's not on for a very long time. So this will be the last call before we call it a day. If you have any further questions, just let me know right now. I just have like 5 more minutes, then we can call it a day. So if you have any further questions for us on the call, just let me know now. And then, we are able to call it a day. All right. Any further questions? Any further questions? Ngozi,
Yes.
Ngozi,
Yeah.
Ngozi. We have. I saw that you initiated. You created an account.
I want to start pay, but I'm thinking so many things. The money, in case if I did not know. So there's something I want to arrange. Let me by tomorrow, since I saw that it will expire in a day, 1 hour and some minutes. Let me know what makes
Okay,
some
so
calls
that
tomorrow.
timing is not really effective, right? So I wouldn't say in an hour and some days, in an hour and some minutes, right? I mean, it will, or the 20% will expire in an hour and some minutes, right? But you also know that you want to speak with a career expert, at least, so they're able to ask you personal questions that I will not be able to ask you on the call because we're a lot, right? There are a lot of ears listening in, so I can't be able to ask you all of that. Neither would you be willing to share all of that conversation with me right now, right? But with the career expert, it's kind of personal, all right? It's just you and the person, so you're able to have all of that conversation with that person. I totally understand it. Me too. Sometimes when I want to spend money, I can be very 1,001 calculations in my head.
I've ventured so many things since since March. I was trying to learn new things, and some of them didn't work out, and it was not like this. That's why I said, let me sleep and wake up before.
What I'm going to tell you is this, Ngozi. Give us 3 to 6 months of your time. Just 3 to 6 months of your time and see how you'd be able to change. 360, I'm not going to say 180, 360 is complete change, right? So you see how exactly everything is going to be able to change. Just 3 to 6 months of your time. All right. So I understand that you still want to consider it a bit, and you're weighing a lot of options, you're looking at a lot of things. But what I like to tell people about tech is the best time to get into tech is today, right? Because again, you want something better for yourself. You want to be able to land that job. You want to be able to work fully remote, spend time with family, make better money, right? And tech is able to give you all
at least
of
have time with my children, not
exactly.
12-hour shifts.
Exactly. Long hours, tiring hours, stressful hours, right? So we
But
know that
how
that's
am I
exactly.
sure that after the 6 months I'll be able to get a job?
Let me tell you something. Nothing is guaranteed, right? But the analogy I like to give people is, if you don't take action now, in 6 months, you'll probably still be in the same space. But when you take action, you're closer to getting into the future that you want for yourself, right? So you want something better, right? In 6 months, we've seen people do it. We've seen people being able to transition even in less than 6 months, and they've been able to land roles. They've been able to take full, control of their own lives back, right? So that's why I'm saying give us 3 to 6 months and see exactly what you'll be able to do for yourself. Okay? So you don't have to, I get it. I totally get it. Believe me, I get it, right? But it's possible. It's something that you can do.